What is up, everybody? We're going to play first and hopefully keep this hand. This one's tight. We have 8 black sources in the deck. This hand is kind of what we want. We get to attack for 3/3/3 and then we just get to kind of own them. This is going to look real bad if we keep in Mesa and don't hit the black land. We have 8 black sources and we really have like 2 draw steps to get there. So we're 8 out of 32. We're like 25% and then 25%, so we're 75% to miss twice. So in this spot, we're 50% to hit. But that 50% of the time, we probably win the game. We get to go Mummy Paramount, Marauding, Bone Slasher, and then we either get to play like, yeah, I don't know. I think we mulligan. All right, this hand's significantly better. Mummy Paramount into Merciless Eternal. I'm going to keep. I'm going to put it without weakness on top. Like, worst case scenario, we just ditch it to... Nah, I'll put it on the bottom. It doesn't actually help our situation. Like, if our opponent kills our Mummy Paramount or Merciless Eternal in, like, the first 2 turns of the game, then without weakness kind of just, like, ends up cycling, and that costs us tempo when we're trying to be an aggro deck. So... Okay, another interesting thing here, I think I'm playing Marauding Bone Slasher first because I'm going to want the 3 powerness of it. On summon, that's fine. Alright, I'd like to draw another white land next turn, but if I don't, I guess I don't. I'm going to start getting in though. I could also just like Desert Hold this, which would be hilarious. Alright, our opponent playing a turn 1 unsummon, which is interesting. Yeah, I cannot block, that's fine. My plan is to race you though, bro. Alright, I'm going to play a Mummy Paramount as that gets in for the most damage here. Now, maybe I should kill this, or maybe I should Desert Hold that, I don't really know. But I think I have to be more aggressive than that. Although, he's just going to play a 5-drop and kill me. That was so bad. I'm playing the worst Magic of my life right now. To be honest, like, I was playing a Nicol Bolas Brew earlier today, and I was just playing terribly. Punting all over the world. I think I'm playing, like, fairly bad Magic at the moment. And that's just an example, like, I think I just always, like, take the turn to kill this. Or maybe I just kill what they play with it. I suppose it's also, like, a possibility I didn't really think about. Do I play a Bone Slasher or Merciless Eternal or Desert's Hold? I think I play a Merciless Eternal and pass the turn. If we draw a white land there... No, white land doesn't really do anything. If we draw a white land, we get to play 2 Catcher's Avenger. That turn is insane. Alright, they're just going to play like another 6-drop probably, right? Like, the thing is, in draft decks, you usually only have like 1 or 2, 5 or 6 drops, so the chances of them drawing both of them here is like a little not likely, and we can like fight through most creature-based stalemates because we have Merciless Eternal and we have 2 Catcher's Avengers, so... This is another large card. Oh. A bunch of small cards. I assume he's going to kill this here. Oh, no. Spicy. Yeah, okay, I mean... I'm going to play my creatures if I can. By the way, with 2 cards left in hand, I think I'm winning this. I'm not winning this game like, oh, I'm gonna win. I think I'm winning the board state right now. I think my creatures are more powerful than their creatures. Yeah, I think my creatures are more powerful than their creatures. I'll block here. I'll block here. I'll kill that. If I'm gonna trade this off anyways, can I trade it here instead? But then I have to trade off this Mommy Paramount too. So I'm taking 8 here, but I'm getting rid of all the big stuff, and I'm keeping a Marauding Bone Slasher in hand, and I'm keeping this Merciless Eternal in hand. This Mummy Paramount just like a 3/3 at best. This does have prowess though, but they only have 1 spell in hand. I guess I should, in theory, switch these. If I'm already trading in a Catcher's Avenger, I should just switch them. I guess if I'm going to trade a Catcher's Avengers, I should just trade a Catcher's Avengers across the board. I also have the option, if I'm trading a Catcher's Avengers, I have this. Like, if I'm in the mood to trade a Catcher's Avengers, I have this option as well, which leaves him with 2/2 power creatures and leaves me with a 2/2 and a 2/2. So we're even, but I have cards in hand. All right. I guess he also gets left with this, which kind of sucks. We're basically trading 3 creatures for 3 creatures. He had 6 creatures on the battlefield. I had 5. We're gonna. He's gonna end up with 3 creatures, and I'm gonna end up with. Wow, he's not killing the 3/3 either. Jeez. Alright, I'm going to attack for 2 here. I'm going to play another 3/3. And I control infinite zombies, so I'm fine. What did my opponent draw? Okay. Nothing there. That's good. Now, most of my opponent's removal isn't going to be in the flying form, or isn't going to be in the instant speed form, so that's a little hard to deal with. So we could just attack with a bunch of Marauding Bone Smashers here. Bone Slashers, I should say. And then maybe we also attack with this. Although if this gets in front, then that's kind of tricky. Then I'm just trading 2 damage. So I think I attack with Marauding Bone Slashers and play Bone Picker. That's pretty good, probably. I can also attack with everything. They block Merciless Eternal. They take 2. They're going to get to bring this back. But I'm going to be able to play Bone Picker and cycle Angel of the God Pharaoh. I could also play Desert's Hold on the flyer. That would also not be bad. But they can just, like, get something else huge, maybe. So I could attack with everything if I wanted to. I don't have to make any moves before combat. Although, what happens if I Desert Hold this and attack with everything? He blocks Merciless Eternal with, like, Weaver of Currents. He takes 6, goes to 10. He takes 8, goes to 8. I play Bone Picker, and then all of a sudden he's on the defensive, so he can't really attack with this, or these 2. What if he just had, like, unsummons and then draws 2 cards next turn? That's sketchy. So, Desert's Holding this might actually be playable, is kind of what I'm saying. Desert's Holding the Talkrop Skirmisher, which is a play that you never think about normally, could actually be reasonable here. Just because I don't want to get 2 for 1 to buy it, basically. I'd rather just 1 for 1 it, and I can kind of deal with everything else. Like, I'd rather trade the Merciless Eternal for a Weaver of Currents. Alright, maybe I just go back to just attacking with Marauding Bone Slashers. Maybe that's Marauding Bone Slashers. Yeah, maybe that's just the correct move. Just attack with these guys. If a creature died this turn, it casts 3 less to cast. It's pretty sweet. So maybe I do attack with this. But then he has like a thing to do next turn. That's kind of annoying. Alright, we're in. Alright, that was good for us. I could Desert Hold this, but I don't think I have to. I think I'm going to cycle Angel the God Pharaoh on their turn, although I guess I could also use it for Merciless Eternal. Wow, that was a good turn of events for me. They had a land in hand. They're going to bring back this Top Crop Skirmisher. They're not going to do anything on the offensive because I have a flying Death Toucher. Yep, I'm going to take 2 here. My plan is to take 2. I'm going to cycle Angel the God Pharaoh. Kenra Scrapper is a good card. And land is totally fine. Alright, I'm going to move to attacks. Get in there. This is where we get a little aggressive. They have 1 card in hand. I guess I make it so this can't do anything, and then I probably win the game next turn. I just don't want them to be able to, like, draw an extra card. If they play, like, a 5/5, I don't even care. I just attack with everything and I win. This is good. I mean, I have 3 in afflict damage. If they don't block those, they lose. Alright, we got there. Game 1 was a piece of cake. So, we're playing against blue... white, blue, green, something, blue, green. Solitary Camel's not going to be good. Forsake the Worldly, we didn't see any targets. Disposal Mummy's not going to be great. Sacred Cat's not going to be good. And Ruin Rat's not going to be good. Liliana's Defeat's not going to be good. Trespasser's Curse is not good. Moaning Walls are never good. Wanderer Death could be okay. War of the Broken Lands is fine. Like, Wanderer Death's the 1 card. Hone Kopesh 2. Where I was like, maybe these could be good. Alright, Maul Impairment's fine. Active Heroism's great. Miasma's gonna be surprisingly okay. They have a bunch of small dudes that 2/2s interact well with. So this, plus being able to get a card out of their hand, but maybe on the draw it's worse. Alright, let me bring in a Wandering Death. This could actually be decent. Wandering Death could actually be decent here. Alright, I think that's the move I'm gonna make. 2 without weakness. I could have taken 1 out for Own Kopesh. Maybe that was correct. That's tight, though. I don't actually know if that's correct or not. That's mad tight. I'm not precisely sure. Alright, well, what do we have here? We have a 2 and a 3 drop, but we have to draw a white land, which is kind of an issue. But we have 2 drop, 3 drop, and if we draw a white... The problem is that we have to draw a land, which is going to be our 4th land, and we don't really want 4 lands with this deck. That's the real issue. If this is a 2-lander with, like, another black card, I would snap it off. You know what? I do think I actually keep. I think this hand has potential to be good. Also, we're on the draw, so we might only be, like... 52% to win this game or something anyways. I came up with that number because I think our deck is above average, but on the draw your chances obviously go down with an aggro deck, so maybe on the play we're like 60% to win a game, and on the draw we're 52% or 51% or 49% or something like that. Alright, drawing mono black cards here, which isn't the worst. Our white cards are decent in the late game, and once again, I don't want to get flooded, so I didn't want to just draw like land. Also, Swamp is a terrible draw for us, which is not exactly... If he just attacks and passes, we're in it to win it here. Kenra turn, just playing 2 cards this turn if I can. Turn 4, maybe they just don't find a land, and then I'm just able to close it out. I'm going to block with Kenra Eternal here. Not really concerned about taking the 2 Afflict when I have Wandering Death in hand. Top Crop Skirmisher. Okay. I guess I'll play my 4-drop here, because it uses my mana most efficiently. Yeah, all of a sudden a Cursed Horde is pretty insane in this deck. Pretty bonkers with all my humans. These can't be killed anyways, so it's decent with them, of course. Sinuous Striker. Interesting, interesting. That's pretty good. Alright, we're going to cast a Marauding Bone Slasher. No Catcher's Avenger. I feel like if this had haste, it would just be too good, maybe. I don't even know how good this is. I feel like if it had haste, it'd be too good, though. So maybe that's why it doesn't. Alright, I'm going to attack here. If they want to double block, they can double block. I don't really care. Maybe I shouldn't have let them know they can double block, but... Or I definitely shouldn't have let them know I can double block. But also a double block's advantageous for me. So maybe I did do it correctly, actually. Like, playing my creatures and then giving them the complete option. Sometimes you have to, like, walk your opponent into the trap. You know, I don't... This doesn't work at, like, a very high competitive level, probably. Like, at a GP level. But at, like, your... At your a random LGS draft or whatever, sometimes you can do little things like that to gain an edge, where like, oh wow, if they trade both their things for my creature when they don't have any lands in hand, need to hit 4 to do Top Crop Skirmisher, and are never internalizing Sinuous Striker this game, that is insane for me. I all of a sudden have 7 power, I can tap something out of the Fan Bearer, I can get my guys back. Like, when you are thinking of something like that, then you can always also be like, okay, well, how do I get them to block? What's the most likely scenario? Oh, they know I tapped out and don't have a trick, and they know they can just double block. So then you can kind of like tap out, not have a trick, you know, like, I don't know. Sometimes you can convince people to do silly things like that. Although it definitely doesn't work all the time. I'm going to top down Top Crop Skirmisher. I mean, just taking 9? No, wait, you gotta bounce something or something, right? Oh, wow. Okay, no, I mean, they're pretty dead then. They're taking 9 here, going to 8, and then I'm gonna have a Merciless Eternal, which doesn't want to be blocked, but if I draw land is also going to represent 6 damage. That's pretty good. They discarded Eternal of the Harsh Truths. Yeah, that's not doing anything here. Alright, I think we're going to take this one home with a round 1 win. Thank everybody so much for watching. See you for round number 2.